and Navy, along with veterans and family members, are expected to be in attendance. Joining me now is Hal Kempfer, a retired Lieutenant Colonel Marine Intelligence Officer and host of the Strat podcast. Hal, this year we've seen several celebrations for the United States military, different branches. Put into perspective for us what these events should symbolize for the American people.
Well, Alicia, what they're going to symbolize is the unique capabilities the Marine Corps has. They're going to be a big amphibious operation on the coast. That's something the Marine Corps does uniquely. We do it better than any other service in the world, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Marine. We just do that better, and we'll be demonstrating that. There'll be a lot of activities with aircraft and a lot of other things. You'll see various amphibious vehicles coming ashore, so it'll be a pretty amazing demonstration going on with that. What's causing the controversy, of course, is there's going to be an artillery live fire exercise, and they're going to be using firing positions west of the I-5 freeway, closer to the ocean. And what Gavin Newsom's responded to is the fact that artillery rounds will be actually going over the I-5 freeway.
Yeah, that's a bit concerning. I think there's, also this added concern that we're in the midst of a government shutdown, right? Day 18 into 1. There's a concern about military members and whether they're actually getting paid right now amidst this government shutdown. I know a couple of days ago, the president said he ordered the Pentagon to reallocate funds, but then there has been this concern that can a president, reallocate funds that Congress moved around? What do you say, and what do you think as we watch this, great events, I'm sure, and just show of our military might and our Navy might. But we're in the middle of this government shutdown, and there's potentially military members that are out there suffering. Their families might not be able to make ends meet.
Well, as I understand it, all the military members did get their pay on October 15th. So that actually did happen. The middle of the month pay came in. But obviously it's a big concern as, with many of our service members, they're not paid as well as a lot of people think, and they're very close to, they're literally living check by check. And so that's a big concern, especially if they have families, small children, that they get paid. So that's obviously a huge concern. But with that said, the military doesn't stop. Unlike some other offices where everybody goes home, those in uniform, the military service members, they are vital to the national security, and whatever they're doing, whether it's something like this or an operation overseas or whatever it is, they don't stop regardless of the government shutdown here at home. And so that's kind of what you're seeing here.
How important is it that Congress gets to a point, hopefully this week, and comes to an agreement? Because to your point, while the funding may have happened now, it's unclear how long that money is going to last, right? And these military members and their families live paycheck to paycheck. They have to, serve while wondering, in 2 weeks, will I get that other paycheck?
Well, it's absolutely important to get the government back funded again. Many years we've survived under what's called continuing resolutions, or CRs. There's one out there right now. But it is important to keep those funds going. Every day that they delay this stuff, it stacks up on the back end. Everything the Department of War, Department of Defense does is based on, the fiscal year. And so when you have something like this, it pushes back the start period for various different things that are being conducted throughout the year, things that could be training, exercises, whatever. So it is important to get this going.
The country right now, especially in the midst of the shutdown, it's very clear there's a lot of, polarization happening. How could celebrating the 250th year of accomplishments, for our U.S. military potentially bring people together?
Well, this is something to celebrate. I mean, 250 years for any military is a very long time to be a service, if you will. And we have a very, very huge thing to be proud of. Now, without any bias, I know the Army did their parade, the Navy did their celebration, but since the Marine Corps is, and again, not showing bias, the most important military service in our country and the finest fighting force the world has ever seen, I think something like this does take precedence.
Yeah, it certainly does. We're looking forward to, and hopefully we'll get some live images of what's happening in California and some of that celebration to highlight the work that Marine Corps officers and veterans have done for us in our country. Hal Kempfer, always great to have you on, a retired lieutenant, a colonel with the Marine Corps intelligence officer, host of the Strat podcast. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you, Elisa.
All right, and the president